You mentioned Obama. So this is an interesting little question I always throw people. Interesting if you guys know the answer. How many illegal immigrants, did Barack Obama deport in his 8 years as president?
He doesn't know.
Have a guess.
No clue.
No clue. Interesting, right? You don't know.
I mean, I know it was a lot, but I don't know the exact number.
Have a guess.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
Give me a number.
I actually have read that it's more than Trump.
Give me a number.
I really don't know.
Yes.
I don't know.
8 years. 8 years.
You don't know what your allies do. You call out the enemy, and when people ask you why, you have no idea. You have an agenda to push.
He have no idea.
How
I don't know.
How many people did he physically have deported in 8 years?
I have no idea.
Well, give me a number. You don't want to, do you?
No, I really don't know. I really don't know even where to begin. I don't know if it's tens of thousands, millions. I don't know where to begin.
Millions.
But I've read that it was more
the
than
answer
Trump.
is over 3 million.
Oh,
He
you're
was known
right.
as deporter-in-chief by Mexicans.
Yes. And that was more than Trump did.
He deported way more than
Yeah,
Trump.
I
He
read that.
deported way more pro rata than any president in history. Who dropped the most bombs in a calendar year in American history?
Obama.
Come on. President Barack Obama.
Barack Obama,
Yeah,
right?
no.
Including drone programs and so on, right? Who got elected in 0809 on shutting down Guantanamo Bay? Because as a former lawyer, he believed it was an illegal institution.
President
Barack
Barack
Obama.
Obama, yeah.
What is still open today?
Really?
Correct, right?
Really?
Etc., etc., etc. So I know that the
I'm actually surprised that Guantanamo is still open. Obama gives me the feeling that he's the nice guy with the nice face, but he's a bastard behind the doors. I'm like, really? You pretend you're helping the Muslim people because they have human right, but you stop it, and then it's still open, and everybody thinks it closed? I thought they closed it a long time ago. Misinformation.
Our Democrats are trying to lose the election for sure.
general thing is Obama angel, Trump devil.
Right.
But if you actually apply the scrutiny that we give Trump, put it this way, if Trump had deported 3 million people, you think you guys wouldn't know that answer? Of course you would. Right? Nobody knows that answer.
True.
Because nobody thought that way about Saint Barack. And I think that he wasn't Saint Barack.
They're hypocritical.
Trump isn't the devil. Trump has a more devilish way of talking,
Yeah.
and he has to be held.
But the
absolutely
bomb is the
accountable.
devil.
And it's a very good argument to say after what happened on January the 6th, he shouldn't be allowed to run again, but he is allowed to run again. And in fact, he can be convicted of a crime before the election and still be allowed to run as president.
That's insanity.
And he could actually go to prison and still be president of the United States constitutionally from a prison cell. So this is not my constitution. These aren't my rules. This is the reality. So I'm not sitting here saying you should vote for Trump. I'm not defending Trump, I think, irrationally. I'm simply presenting a slightly fairer argument about why Trump is now back in the position he's in and why he could win again.
Makes sense.
Than some
Makes
people
sense.
want to present because they think it doesn't suit them politically to say that. You did vote him in 2016. I didn't. Right? And I know Trump very, very well.
Stop rubbing it in.
No, but
That's
it's
the
on you.
truth.
It's on you. And
I
you-
didn't vote for him.
And all I see now is the Democrats whining about Trump's comeback. One of the reasons he's soaring back is because there's such a perceived weakness in Biden. Biden's approval ratings are shocking.
Democrats suck.
Shocking, right?
they
No
suck.
incumbent president, I think, has ever been re-elected with these approval numbers. So this, if you know, the country, most people in America think the country's going the wrong way. Most of them are feeling economic hardships. Most of them, you know, have all sorts of problems with the way the country's being run. And they think back to Trump and they think for all the garbage that comes out of his mouth, they look at the way
The
he
result.
handled the economy until the pandemic and they think, actually, we were better off under Trump. They look at his foreign policy and they think, actually, we didn't start poking our nose in all over
Other
the place
wars.
with wars here, left, right, and centre. And they like that. Most Americans I've spoken to. You know, they think he took immigration a lot more seriously, for example, than Biden seems to be doing. The situation on
Listen, everything you're saying
situation on the southern border is catastrophic.
Everything you're saying is absolutely right, and the polls show it. What happened in
Come on, Charlamagne. Can you say something substantive for once?
Iowa shows it. You're preaching to the choir. There's a
So when you say to me, Charlamagne, though, just to pull you up, when you say to me, I don't think you believe a word of what you're saying, all I'm doing is presenting facts, right? I'm not launching a campaign
No, I
for
think
Trump.
I push
just
back
telling-
on the just be more empathetic. It's like, nah, he's done.
Only because I've seen him be that. And he has that in his locker.
when people show you who they are, you got to believe. We've seen enough of Trump to know who.
I
Whoa. And I can say the same thing about Biden. I like a bully that I know is a bully than a friend that acts like a bully behind my back. If you're telling me you're going to do something democratically, do it democratically. Don't say you're a Democrat and then behind my back you go in a different direction. And as long as I don't know the information, well, we're going to sound empathetic. I didn't know about it. Why investigate? Because I always assume the enemy is the bad one. How can my ally be the bad one? I don't know the numbers, but I'm just going to act like a good one, just like him. Come on, man.
And he has that in his locker.
When people show you who they are, you got to believe them. We've seen enough with Trump to know who he is.
I agree. And Trump, good, bad, and ugly, is who he is. He's not going to change at 77, right? He's not. So you know what you're getting. You know what you're voting for this time. If America votes him in again, it's because they want it.
That's a fact. Yeah.
Right? You can't get away from that.
That's right.
And by the way, his popularity amongst African Americans is rising as Biden's falls. That's incredible.
Yeah.
I remember when Biden came on this show, right?
Biden told him, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. We have all these people going to the past to call people racist, right? Well, go to Biden. Look at what he did. Well, if you put these people and these people in the same school, we're going to have a racial jungle. Bruh. Biden said that. And everybody says, it's Trump, it's Trump. It wasn't Trump. It was Biden. Hey man, these people are so misinformed. They believe the media, he's racist. They don't do investigation.
Yeah, with you.
That's
He's,
our quote.
and he's not saying, if you don't vote for me, then you're not black. You're right. It was a stupid joke, but what a stupid thing to say. And actually, how ironic, ever since he said it, the kind of black votes disappeared from him, right?
Yeah.
Is there
It
a
has.
candidate that could beat him? Do you think that there is a candidate that could beat Trump?
If I were the
Gavin Newsom.
Democrats, I would absolutely go for somebody like Newsom, right? Yes, he's progressive, but he's moved himself to the center very skillfully.
Gavin Newsom.
In the last 6 months to a year, he's been to China and met President Xi. You think President Xi was going to meet the governor of California unless he thinks he might actually end up president one day? He looks like a president, right? He looks like someone that could run the country. He's articulate, he's intelligent, he's run one of the biggest states in the country. I think he has a lot of things going for him. I don't necessarily agree with the more progressive stuff, but I
Me
think he
neither.
himself has realized his pathway to running the Democrats and to potentially becoming president is to move more to the middle ground, right?
I don't know what kind of middle ground he wants to do, but the way he's running the prisons, that if you can just identify whatever you want and you send gangster criminals to women's prison and they get pregnant and everybody's like, oh, we're going to help them. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't think progressing is bad. But I think if you just progress for everybody without the consequence because only one minority seems to be the more important, there seems to be a disadvantage that's happening to so many people that nobody wants to call out. But hey, just like Biden, nobody knows. Most people don't even know what the heck is happening to the prison. This guy will come in, create a law, add a bunch of stuff in below, you vote for the thing, all these things get happen, changes, bada bing, bada boom, and then suddenly you're gonna have a precedent that things like that, the way they did it with California. California has laws that you have to pay taxes, but if you leave, the fact that you try to escape, they can tax you if you escape. If your child has a specific gender and they start a specific education with the kid, and you remove the kid from that state, they have the right to take that kid away from the family. I'm like, yo, I don't want a guy that allows these things for our whole country. That's kind of dangerous, but that's just me.
For him, I don't necessarily agree with the more progressive stuff, but I think he himself has realized his pathway to running the Democrats and to potentially becoming president is to move more to the middle ground, right? And if he does that, and he's given a chance to do that, and that can be the options for America between Trump and someone like Newsom, I think he's got a very good chance, a better chance than Biden.
And I think he's right. Newsom looks good, speaks good. For the election, he defended his throne even with so many negative things happening in the background, so he can defend himself. I wish him the best, and hopefully he can speak in a specific way to get more conservative people on his side. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the whole situation and how I'm doing the videos now. It's just that, you know what, I realize YouTube is special and I don't have the time. I just want to create content that you guys enjoy, or at least inform you about the unique things that are happening. And I hope it's the best way, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.